Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today we're tackling something that is literally keeping AI developers and system architects awake at night. We're talking about collaborative swarm environments. You know those moments where the autonomous systems we rely on just seem to develop a mind of their own? If you've ever meticulously designed a workflow for an AI agent, hit run, and then just stared at your screen thinking, what on earth just happened? Well, this analysis is exactly for you. We're looking at a concept called l'arquitectura detrás de tareas, or the architecture behind tasks. Let's get into it. So, why don't your AI agents follow the rules? It's such a relatable pain point, right? I mean, you've spent hours, maybe even days, crafting the absolute perfect set of rules for your agents. You're using the top-tier models, you've set strict tool boundaries, and yet the agent just goes rogue and takes a completely unpredictable path. This wild, non-deterministic behavior is just a frustrating reality of building AI today. But why is it happening? Well, to figure that out, we actually need to look backwards at how we've been trying to solve this problem up until now. Which brings us to Section 1, the prompt engineering trap, or getting stuck in the tuning cycle. Since the dawn of the agent era, we've basically leaned entirely on prompt engineers to fix these weird behavioral hiccups. Think about your own workflows for a second. We use text prompts for literally everything now, right? Requesting a simple interaction, explaining a new tool, getting agents to review each other's code. We are stuffing our repositories with endless markdown files, absolutely packed with rules and exceptions and formatting guidelines. And we do all this with the false hope that just throwing more text and more markdown at the model will automatically equal better control. We're expecting blind, rigid compliance, as if we were just coding traditional software. But as you probably know, the reality is totally different. Joselo Martinez actually hit the nail on the head in his research. He says we can quickly become trapped in a cycle of tuning all these prompts because the final results often end up far from what was expected. It's an endless loop. We're just tweaking a word here, swapping a verb there, desperately trying to treat the symptoms of bad agent behavior. But we're completely ignoring the root cause of why it's skipping our instructions in the first place. And that leads us to Section 2. Guidance is not a guarantee. The reality of inference. This whole situation forces us to face a pretty uncomfortable truth. We are trying to govern AI the exact same way we govern human behavior. And spoiler alert, it just doesn't work like that. Think about human rule-based systems. You give a human a standard operating procedure, and if they follow it, they fulfill your intent. Simple. But large language models, they don't understand following rules out of some respect for your authority as a developer. They operate on probability optimization. Their one and only goal is to predict and execute the most probable path toward the objective they've inferred. They are not trying to enforce your exact intent. So, what does this actually look like in practice? Well, models, especially the massive ones powering our collaborative swarms, prioritize task completion over strict instruction compliance. They optimize heavily for efficiency. They are always going to favor shorter execution paths. This creates a really ironic reality for us. As these AI agents get smarter and more capable, they're actually more likely to completely ignore your beautifully written instructions if they spot a shortcut. If there's a faster way to finish the job, they will absolutely bypass your intent to get there. Section 3. The governance band-aid. Governing after the fact. So, knowing that these models are essentially shortcut hunting machines, what does the industry usually do? Our knee-jerk reaction to this unexpected behavior is to just slap on heavy layers of governance. We try to force compliance with more restrictions, more filters, more validations. The typical workflow looks exactly like this. Step 1, we pick a model just because it's super popular or crush some benchmark. Step 2, we observe unexpected behavior in the wild. And Step 3, we scramble to apply governance mechanisms to patch it. Do you see the massive flaw here? We are applying governance entirely after we've already locked in the model's capabilities. We're just reacting. We aren't actually architecting. Which brings us to a really monumental question, and I want you to just take a second and think about this. Are we attempting to govern behavior that originated from a capability mismatch? Seriously, when we apply these governance band-aids, are we actually fixing the system, or are we just trying to police erratic behavior that only exists because we picked the wrong model for the job on day one? I mean, if you tell a Formula One car to go plow a field, adding a speed limit isn't going to fix the fact that it's not a tractor. Section 4, la arquitectura detrás de tareas, or shifting the paradigm. This is where the core concept of la arquitectura detrás de tareas comes into play. We need a total paradigm shift. We have to stop putting the AI model at the center of our system design. The model is a tool, not the star of the show. Right now, everyone asks a heavily flawed, model-centric question first. Which model should we use? Selecting your engine based on popularity or a generic benchmark score is a fundamental architectural mistake. The truly necessary task-centric question has to be, what specific capabilities does this task actually require?
To approach this scientifically, we need to look at two key concepts. First up is the task profile. This means you actually take a specific job, break it down, assign weights to its characteristics, and normalize them so you know exactly what the task demands. Second is the capability profile. This is doing the exact same thing, but measuring the distinct dimensions of the AI models you have available. By defining both, we can finally align what a task actually needs with what a model can realistically deliver.
Section 5. Matching profiles for success, a new architectural workflow. So how do we actually build and govern these systems moving forward? Well, here is your new architectural roadmap. Step 1. Characterize the task. Know what you're asking for. Step 2. Generate those capability profiles for your available models. Step 3. Match the task to the model. Compare those profiles. And finally, Step 4. Apply targeted governance. Notice how governance is now all the way at the end? But it's no longer a blind band-aid. We're using governance specifically to reinforce the exact capabilities we know the model is lacking, based on that matching process. Now, let's be clear, this doesn't mean we just throw prompts in the trash, not at all. But we have to fundamentally understand their actual role. Prompts express intent. Compliance depends on inference, and inference is only partially observable. As these systems get more and more autonomous, trying to govern them solely through prompts is a losing battle. Prompts are an incredible guidance mechanism to tell the AI what we want, but they are absolutely not an enforcement mechanism. To wrap things up, I want to leave you with this provocative thought straight from the source material. Look at the projects you are building right now. Look at those weird, inexplicable bugs coming from your agents. Ask yourself, are your governance problems actually just capability assignment problems in disguise? Rethinking that single question could completely revolutionize how you build autonomous systems. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.